Oh, Wizzy has a custom helmet. I should look at that. Is it gonna rain, guys? Please tell me it's gonna rain. That's like the only fun part. If it's Silverstone, if it's a completely dry race or cooked, I put dynamic, so I can't tell. It looks like it looks kind of wet. Please. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday. So we have no way. Did someone beat a Wizzy out the pit lane? That's crazy. This is insane. Who is it? Who's this car coming out the pits? I can't tell. It's hard. I don't know cars. Oh, I should open the track map. There's track map. Nope, it is a Wizzy. A Wizzy's always first. My boy's always first. I can't look at his helmet because like the game said no. So we're gonna have a half-hour session. There's no shot Wizzy went out on the softs. Oh, he went out on the softs. That's crazy. I feel like that might be a detriment to Wizzy's qualifying. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, because in tier 1, everyone went out on wets for the entire first 15 minutes, and then we went out on softs. No one touched the softs until the final 3 minutes, besides one person. So is this going to be that only person on softs, or is everyone else going to follow? If you're asking me how I did, I qualified P6, got into contact, and then spent the entire race 20 seconds down. Because I just had no pace to catch up. So that was fun. No safety car, no yellow flag, no VSC. I just spent 29 laps. Actually, I went out long. So I stayed out until like lap 20. So I actually did get to race people, but they were on new tires. So that was fun. Marcy's telling me we need this telemetry. I can't talk, my gosh. Telemetry. I have this on SimHub. I like it. I feel like it's cool. I don't know. I'm pretty sure Kyle does the tier 1 commentary. I don't know if he does it on Xbox though. If he does it on Xbox, you can't do it. But if he does it on PC, I think he can do it too. No, it's invalid? Oh, is he? How? It's like your one lap. Oh yeah, tier 1 comes on Xbox. That sucks. Oh, Wizzy, no. You only have one lap on the soft. Stop pushing, oh, Wizzy. Why are you pushing still? You're gonna ruin those poor softs. You only got one soft. Why does it keep showing yellow flags? Who else is on track? Oh, is that button like changed? Am I stupid? Oh my gosh, that does it. It's crazy. I didn't know that. So Liam Bella's in the pits. Spencer's out. He's on wets. TTV is on softs. And apparently everyone's in front of him. Wizzy's on softs. Kyle's on an outlap on the wets. So is Ark. Jake is on the softs. Max but retired from session. I forgot to mention he has a quali ban. But if you're gonna get a qualifying ban, this is not a bad weekend. It's F2. Who cares? I mean, you're still full points. But like, if you don't know an F2 card, it's not a bad weekend to retire. Brian's in the pits. Trip is on the softs. Everyone's on softs, huh? Starnick is out on the wets too. Nope. Xenofine McLaren is in the wet softs. So I wonder if the people who are on wets are gonna hold out until the last 3 minutes, like, you know, tier 1 did, and then get better positions because of that. So far, there's no time because no one set a lap yet. That's not invalidated. Awizzy's coming into the pits. Awizzy completely murdered his tires. I can see a little bit of his helmet. It's like a little light blue turquoise. It's a special helmet. I think that Invicta took the time. Invicta sets the first lap of 138.7. That's on the softs. TTV sets another lap on the softs, and Xenophi sets a lap. So 3 laps on softs, separated by around 2.5 seconds. I think this F2 qualifying is like the definition of tire management. You have to have a slow outlap and oh my gosh, what the heck? Where the heck? What the heck? Who is that? Was this him? Yeah, okay, so Spencer just like cut across the field. The car behind him already completed their laps. There's no invalidation, thankfully. Bro is struggling. I don't think he practiced. Oh, okay. I don't know where this guy's going. I mean, he's not trying to hit people. That's good at least. But he is going through the track. I'm gonna hope that he just has no experience in an F2 car, and honestly that's real, and he's just struggling at the braking zone. And honestly, if that's the case, then it'd be like that. Oh, Wizzy's back out? Oh my gosh, Wizzy's back out. Oh yes, also in F2, you don't have the opportunity to mess with your fuel for some reason. So you only get like 3 laps. You can't do a push lap and then go out again. You have to literally pit. You have an out lap, a push lap, and an in lap. That's it. Jake has a new fastest time, but he improves on his old fastest time, so he's still in pole. TTV is pushing. I don't know what's happening actually. It seems like the softs are pushing again, off rip. Jake, who's on provisional pole, is complaining, which is funny. I have to say right now that even though you might hate this, the wild card I hate the most has to be first person camera. Sorry, first cockpit cam. Hated that. Absolute worst race I've ever done. Like, this was bad in my opinion, but like that's the point. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. It's a wild card. If it's a fun wild card, then like, I mean, it can be fun. That's actually, I lied. It can be fun, but at the same time, it has to. Some of them have to be difficult, because that's the fun part of it, I guess. I think I remember you. I feel like I raced you. Wait, who are you? Luke? Who the heck is that? Is he here? I feel like I did race. Worm, oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw you there. No, I hated that. Horrible weekend. I hated Canada. I actually like Canada, but like I hated that weekend. It was sucks. Couldn't do anything. I liked Mexico. It was a reverse grid. That's cool. It was, yeah, season 2. So Formula Kyle is on the wets, and so was actually I can check the tire. There you go, Bass. Okay, so yeah, the 2 lowest times, Starnick and Kyle, are both on wets. Ark did not finish his wet lap. I think he had invalidated a lap, and now he's doing another out lap to do a push lap, so he's back out on the same wets. Apparently, it's a 0. Actually, did he get fresh wets? No way. If he got fresh wets, I'm assuming that means there's going to be a dry race, which sucks. Ark is going to be the 3rd person to finish on the wets. Everyone else went on softs, and they're going to stay out because their softs are going to be cooked already. They're probably going to attempt to do another push lap at the very end. However, they're going to be on a disadvantage because they're on the used softs. Watching Ark the whole time because we might as well. Ark is in the VAR. His teammate is Brian. I forget about this. They are having a teammate rivalry since they're one of the only teams that have a consistent 2 pairing. I'm pretty sure there's another team on the track right now who has 2 drivers. I believe it is Ferrari, which is Trident. We can insult Golden Callum because he made Ferrari Trident and not Prima. What the heck, bro? It's not a big deal. I'm just being a douchebag. I think it's funny. Arc finishes his wet lap, and he puts it fastest out of anyone on the wets. So he is currently wet pole. Someone in chat is asking for a semi-cheap wheel. I play on a controller. I want to get a wheel at some point, but I'm kind of broke. So I play on a controller, which probably doesn't help me in the slightest. Oops. I can't help you. I'm sorry, bro. I mean, whatever's cheapest on Facebook Marketplace. You do that? Someone told me to look at P2, and it's Brian. Brian puts it P2 on the softs. My fault for ignoring you, Brian. I'll never ignore you, Brian. Brian's P2 on the softs. He is beating his teammate. However, his teammate's on wets, so we have to wait until later. But Brian put a really good time. It's a 138.4. It's 1/10 off Jake. So Brian is only a 10th off provisional pole. He has already done 2 laps on his softs like Jake and Awizzy, so he's going to be on the same detriment later. However, he has a good position now. He's on the front row, so good job for Brian. I believe Xenophi also puts it really close to provisional pole. He is about a second and a half down. No, 2 seconds and a half down. However, it's a 140. It's not bad. He's really close to TTV. TTV's a 140.5, so also a good time. Triple for 141.7, a second and at 1.2 seconds down on TTV. And then Arc then leads with the wet laps, followed by Starnick and Formula Kyle. So 3 people are on wets to conserve their softs for that very end. The question is, how late do you go? Because if you go on the last 3 minutes, you have the risk of invalidating your lap, and there is no time to do anything. Liam Vela and Spencer are also in the pits. They did not do a wet lap. They're gonna just do their only soft lap later, their soft run, which I think is surprising, because even though the wet lap isn't that indicative of the speed of the car, it at least lets you know how the car handles. That makes sense. So I'm assuming they have practice at some level, and they don't need to do a wet lap. Because if you already practice, there's no point in doing a wet lap, because then you might like ruin your practice. And then Max Burt is P12 because he was disqualified from. He had a penalty for qualifying, so it might be a boring qualifying for him. I'm sorry, Max Burt. You're a trooper. We have an Invicta sandwich. We have Jake in P1 and Max Burt in P12. So as long as Jake's on pole, it's an Invicta sandwich. That's funny. Who's out right now? Let's watch someone. Tripp is out. I like his glove. Yeah, I think he has the Max Verstappen helmet. That looks like the lion. As I'm tripping. I believe TTV is pushing. We can watch that. He's in sector 1, rotating the car through the corners. Gonna get onto the second DRS straight now. Is he on a personal best? He is on a personal best, and he's only 1/10 and a half down on Jake. It's not a bad lap, actually. He still has 2 sectors remaining, but he's on for a good lap. He touches the gravel. Doesn't invalidate the lap. He eats the corner perfectly. How brave is he going to be on the brakes through this corner? He brakes in early. He keeps the car on track, though. He does brake. It is possible to lift through that corner in F2. Maybe if a good setup, you can actually take a full out. I don't think so. Good through the S's. This is the hard corner. He goes over track limits, but the game does not recognize it. It's okay. He's on the back straight now. It's apparently a session best for sector 2. He is up on his personal best on both sectors. He is not up on Jake, but he is up. It's going to be a top 4 if he completes the lap. Struggling to turn the car in the final 2 corners, but it's okay. And he finishes the lap, moving himself up to P3. This is TTV, right? Yeah, it's TTV. But P3 moves up, I think, 2 positions. He's up to P3. He is a second and a half down on Jake, but it's still a good lap. He pushed hard. Thank you, TTV, for giving us action. He's also now on 2 laps, just like Jake. So Jake, Brian, TTV, Awizzy, Xenophi, and Trip all are on 2-lap old softs. They could have different tire wear because the person who's taking care of their tires more on the in and out lap is going to have less tire wear. Also, the person who has puts more tire pressure. It looks like TTV is kind of being aggressive on the in lap. It looks like he kind of calmed down though. If we move down to Ark, Ark is still pushing on the wets. He's been overtaken by the other 2 wet drivers. However, they have done a second lap. He has not. So Ark is now doing his second wet lap. He's not touching the softs. He's going to wait until the final couple minutes like Spencer and Niamvela. Xenophi says wrong tires. Did he put back the softs? Oh, he put back the softs. That's crazy. Is he going to push? He can just not push. He can just go back into the pits. I think he's pushing, though. He's pushing on the out lap. He is not taking care of those tires. Is it going to work out? Let's see. Xenophi says this car is the antithesis of my driving style. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't like it either, but that was the fun part. Into the pits he goes. So, everyone's in the pits for now, besides Ark. Let's go watch Ark as I'm talking. Ark is about 7 seconds down on Jake, which is to be expected. He's warming the tires up. Oh, wait, is he on outlap or is he just warming the tires up? He's losing time doing this, so I wonder what he's doing. I think he's just warming the tires up. Into the pits? Okay. Nope, not into the pits. Oh, into the pits. Okay, so for the time being, we can talk as the sole driver out is Awizzy and Starnick. Jake is our pole sitter with a 138.3. 1/10 down is Brian. 3/10 down is TTV. 2/10 down is Awizzy. 6/10 down is Xenophi. 1.1 seconds down is Trip. 3.2 seconds is Formula Kyle on wets, followed by 2 seconds down Starnick on wets, and then another 2/10 down to Ark, also on wets. Niamvela and Spencer have not gone out. They're staying in the pit lane, waiting until the final 5 minutes remain to go out and do 1 lap on the softs. Maybe 2 laps. There's still time for 2 laps. But they're probably going to do a very limited amount of laps on their softs to maximize grip and tire track evolution. I think Jake and Brian did really good times, and I think no matter what, they're going to be in the top 4. However, I do think it's possible for someone to snake pull. It all depends on the pace of the bottom 5 who have not done soft runs yet. I think Kyle is a good contender. Starnick, I think, can get on the second or maybe first row. Ark, he sees his teammate's P2 right now. I think Ark's goal is to get to his teammate, either right behind or right in front of. Niamvela, I actually forgot his pace. I know he races at a good pace. His comparison was Brian last season. He usually qualified just under Brian, so I think Niamvela is actually going to go to around P3. I'm pretty sure he was teammates with Brian. I could be tripping. Spencer, I have no clue. I don't think I've ever seen Spencer race. I'm not going to lie to you. So Spencer's a wild card. Puts it on pole, puts it on P11. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to approach the final 10 minutes now. As this is occurring, let's talk about wheels. If you're going to get a racing wheel, how much are you spending? I ain't spending more than $100. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I like racing. I think it's fun. We'll see. I gotta keep yapping because there's nothing to talk about. I'm gonna be attending the F1 race in Miami next year. I'm going to be watching the sprint race and only the sprint race because I can't afford the main tickets. So I'm going to be watching qualifying and the sprint race in person. I think I have the grandstand where Liam Lawson hit Alonso into a wall. That's where I'm sitting. Marcy brings up a good point. The tier 1 and the tier 2 drivers are kind of approaching each other right now. Not all of them, but the upper echelon of tier 2 is getting close to tier 1. So there might be a tier 2, tier 1 readjustment. I am not Golden Callum. That's up to Golden Callum. I do agree that tier 2 and tier 1 should be a little bit more separate. But up to Callum. Yeah, I'm excited for the Miami race. I don't know what else is happening on the Saturday I'm watching. Because I know there's other support series. I don't know if F1 Academy's racing. They are not racing in Miami. Okay, so I'm missing that. Oh, they're racing in Austin and Las Vegas, but not Miami. That's cool, I guess. So I'm not watching the girls drive. Into the pits comes Sienify. On Saturday, it will be Saturday. My hope it rains. I like rain. I think the rain in a sprint race. Kyle puts it on pole. I was talking. Kyle puts it on provisional pole by a whole second. An entire second. I think that would have been pole in tier 1. That is insane. Maybe not pole, but it would have been second row. Kyle is the first person on the softs to get a provisional pole. Starnick puts it P4 on his new soft run. He is currently P4, so he's on the second row. I was right. Kyle's P1. Marcy is telling me that is fast enough for pole in tier 1, so Kyle's probably going to have to talk about promotions. Kyle puts in an insane lap. Arc is the sole car who's on the wet lap to not do a soft lap. We also have 2 more soft lap runners, Liam Vela and Spencer. Awizzy is talking. He's P6. You're correct. Marcy's going to tier 2, guys. That's the only solution here. We need to add a enemy to Kyle. Maybe Kyle just has absolute dog race pace. Maybe this guy just can't drive the car. My controller turned off. What the heck? I'm not even using it. Cool. Anyways. Arc's in the pits. He's not racing on the softs yet. I believe Arc, Vela, and Spencer are going to wait to the final 3 minutes. They're going to get 1 lap. I'm completely wrong. Vela's already coming out, I'm pretty sure. Vela's already out. I'm gonna stop talking. I can't talk anymore. Whatever. So Liam Vela's already out. I was wrong. So Liam Vela's gonna be out. This is an out lap. We're gonna watch him push. I think Brian's pushing also. Is he pushing? Brian's pushing. Let's see what happened. He's already a second and a half down on Kyle in sector 1. No, sorry. He's 2/10 off Kyle in sector 1. I mean, you can be 2/10 off Kyle in every sector, and I think you'll still be pole. That'll be 6/10 overall. Yeah, you still be you still be P2. My controller's weird. It just turns off and I don't use it for like 10 seconds. No, he invalidates the lap. This game is so weird. If you're gonna go off track, you have to go off track aggressively, or else it's invalid. Like if your wheel goes off track, invalid lap. But if you completely go off track and rejoin quickly, the game's like, it didn't happen. You're cool. Such a weird thing to do. So Brian sadly is invalidated. He has enough time to do a second lap, but does he have enough fuel? He comes into the pits. That's the right decision. But does he have the tire deg? Let's go watch Liam Vela. Liam Vela is setting purple sectors, apparently. Oh my, okay. He's already in Sector 2. Oh wait, he's about to finish Sector 2. Off track, invalidated lap. He's gonna stop pushing now. He's gonna go into the pits. He has enough time for one more lap. He has time. He goes into the pits, gets new gas, comes out, does an out lap, and does another push lap. He's fine. But he stays out. I don't think the car's enough fuel to do a second hot lap. He's staying out though. Spencer is in the pits though. Cool. Spencer's gonna come out and he's gonna do like a 136. I'll be like, okay, my fault, Spencer. Didn't know you were like that. Liam had pace. I was wrong though. He did not have purple sectors. It was a bug. They fixed it after. If you like again, he was 6/10 though off Kyle in Sector 2, so he was also gonna be in a good position. He was gonna be top 4, at the very least. Top 3 probably, honestly. Sadly, he invalidates the lap. He's pushing again. Is he going to locks up? He's already 6/10 off in the end of Sector 1. It's not looking good. Can he recover? He can recover. 6/10 isn't bad. It's still P2, but can he maintain that gap? Can he gain? Great cornering. Even an invalidated lap again. Great cornering by him. He just goes off by a little bit. The game hates him. I do think the corners in this game have a slightly incorrect area for invalid laps. He has to come into the pits. I think there's enough time still. I actually don't know. Maybe? He has to pit. There's no gas in the car. The car's empty. 3 minutes remain. You need 2 minutes to do a push, an out lap. He has a minute in the pits. Okay, he can do it. Oh yeah, so apparently they canceled F126, and it's gonna be an add-on, and you can get F127 later. I think that's dumb. I think F125 should have been an add-on, and F126 should have been a game, because that's a whole regulation change. Like, I agree it shouldn't be a yearly release. I just think it should have been a release for next year, and F127 should have been an add-on. That makes sense? Like, I think the game should come out every 2 years, with the second year being an add-on. But I'm not EA. That's a good point. They might not know how it's gonna act and behave. But then again, they usually wait like 3 months. But also, I guess the regulation change might be big. So honestly, maybe you're right, I guess. If the game's good, it is what it is. Hopefully they make a new engine, because this engine sucks. If it's a new engine, I'll be quiet. I'm not gonna lie to you. Spencer's finally out. Ark is doing an out lap. Is he on wet still? He's on softs. Okay, cool. Liam Vella's in the pits. He's not coming out. Is he? That's it? He has to be out already. Oh, wait. He's out. Okay, never mind. The game bugged out. About to say he's out of qualifying if he didn't do a lap. So, let's see. Who's first? Ark is going to be the first car of the final soft runners to do a lap. So, we're going to be watching Ark. No pressure. Actually, let's watch Spencer for a little bit. Spencer's on the push lap. Actually, I lied to you. Spencer's first. Watch Spencer. Yeah, I agree. The game's not good, though. Maybe when you have one choice. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not, like, great. It can be better. Spencer invalidates his laps. He has to do another lap. Oh, okay. Oh, I turned it off. Turn it back on. Wait. No. Okay, cool. Fix it. Let's watch back to Ark. Ark finished Sector 1. He's in Sector 2. He's personal best, but he's on soft, so it's a guaranteed. If it wasn't a green, it would have been concerning. Like, really concerning. Brave cornering, and he pulls it off. There was a margin for improvement, but it's safe. It is so far a good lap. Good lap from Arc. He's on the final back straight. He's a second and a half off Kyle. That automatically puts him P3 if he maintains. Qualifying is over. Kyle's currently on pole. We're going to watch Arc rotate the car. He was a little slow in the final 2 corners, but he is enough to put him P4 behind his teammate by a margin of 7/10. Not bad by Arc. He only got 1 lap on the softs. I think Brian got 3. He improved on the second one. So Brian got 2 laps. Arc only got 1, but it was still a good lap from Arc. Still a great lap from Brian. Jake P2. We're going to be watching Spencer now. Not Spencer. Who's first? Spencer's first. He's going to come across the line now. Not invalid yet. Too much curb on the inside. His car rotates. He's going to come across the line. Puts a P6. Right behind Arc. Arc gets pushed down by Starnick. Starnick puts a P4. Last car remaining is going to be Liam Vela. Apparent to the purple. Apparently. That's what the game says. The game says purple, not my hub. So I don't know what the game's saying. He's at 2 yellows. But he has not done any lap. Is his 2 yellows faster than anything he can do properly? He's going to come across the final corner now. No bad corner. He puts it P4. Pushing Arc to P6. Starting to P5. Spencer to P7. Qualifying is over. The order is going to be Kyle in first. Jake in second. Brian in third. Liam Vela in fourth. Starnick in fifth. Starnick in fifth. Arc in sixth. Spencer in seventh. TTV eighth. TTV was second at one point. Down to P8. He did 4 laps. He was really early with the softs. Wizzy 9. He was our first person out on softs. Xenofy P10. And Trip P11. With our P12 being Maxpert, who had a quali ban. That is the entirety of qualifying. That was the full half hour. It took us long enough. So, we have a race now. 5-minute break. Do not ready up. Do not ready up. Do not ready up. If someone's gonna ready up, I'm just gonna be insane. Do not ready up. Don't do it. Please. We're gonna have 5-minute break. We're starting at 40. I can't say the hour because I'm in a different time zone. We're starting at 41. At 41. Someone ready up. I'm gonna crash out. Okay, so someone ready up. I hate you. I hate your family. I hate your entire lineage. Honestly, your mom's probably cool. But your entire family sucks. Okay, so anyways, the 5-minute break did not happen because someone can't wait 5 minutes. Gosh. The formation lap is starting now. Didn't get my break. I hate you all. Anyways, let's look at the tires. I always forget which one tires are. I'm kind of stupid. This is gap in detail. So, everyone's on softs, and we have 2 hard runners. Wizzy and Xenofy. Is Maxpert not here, or did he disqualified? Okay, got disqualified. Did he hit someone, or did he just not move? Hopefully he's here. I should probably ping this guy. Arc is disqualified. That's crazy. What happened to Arc? Minor contact, probably. So we have Dream Cards disqualified now. I'm gonna ping this guy, so he knows they're starting. I don't know if you heard or not. That's why I texted him. Kyle's disqualified. What's happening? So you have 4 cars disqualified. 2 of them happened off rip. 2 of them happened in the middle of the lap. Invicta's now the lead car on the formation lap. No, you're cool, Max, bro. I'm just telling you that, what's it called? That you're starting. I didn't want you to miss the race, that's why. So, Invicta is now the lead car. Kyle's lagging, apparently. Bad. I don't know what happened. Don't DDoS Kyle. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. We can't really tell who's readying up. It kind of sucks. You're annoying. Hope you know that, though. If you're readying up, like, if it was an accident, because I've done it once. I readied up accidentally. It is what it is. Like, it sucks, but it is what it is. But if you're just, like, so impatient that you can't wait 5 minutes, you're kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, Invicta, which is a nice-looking car, honestly. I like the way... I like yellow. I hope Cadillac is a yellow livery. I miss yellow. I keep saying I miss yellow like I've ever seen yellow. I've never seen yellow. I'm just being annoying. So, Jake lines up P2. Oh, that's a good point. Marcy mentioned that, yeah, when you're ready up, your car does jump. I forgot about that. We're letting snitches happen. If you see someone move, we're snitching. You get immediate point. I'm taking 50 points from you. 50 points. You suck. So, we see, what's it called? The Invicta is lined up to the right. He's ready to attack Kyle immediately. And we are off. Jake up to P1. Kyle moves down. Kyle moves down 2 up to 1. He is ghosting. Drew goes Jake. Jake's P1 now. Kyle's P2. Brian was up to P2. Now down to P3. Spencer's up 1. Ark is down 1. Maxper up 3 positions. Jake and Brian move past Kyle. Starnick moves past Leonvella. Jake has a lead already, gapping Brian. Brian's up. Kyle's up. Yellow flags in the third corner. And we now have an order for the time being. There's going to be no more overtakes usually. We have a car in the back. Who is that? It is TTV. He's in a sizable portion back. Kyle's down to P11. Oh, okay, it's P8 now. Cool. He is lagging. Kyle has horrible lag right now. He's from pole position down to P8. He's about to be past the... Okay, man, he's teleporting. I feel bad for Kyle. It's not his fault. It just sucks. He can't do anything about it. I don't think it's my issue, like my computer, because everyone else seems to be doing fine right now. It's just Kyle. So I do feel bad for Kyle, though. He is down to P8. Maxpert's up to P7. Maxpert is cooking right now. Maxpert from dead last up to P7, back to P8, down up to P7. Jake up to P1. Brian tried to touch it. Brian let it go. Starnick had a great start up to P3. Liam Vela stays in P4. Honestly, that's an achievement. Just because you're still P4. Brian goes wide. Ark regains a position up to P5. Awizzy's up to P3. People are having a great time right now, besides Kyle. I'm sorry, Kyle. And TTV. He got spun. The McLaren Asinofy apparently has no position change, but also a position change. Don't know what that means. The grid is close. TTV is catching up, thankfully. I really hope he catches up to at least someone, because it's annoying to be by yourself the entire race. Even if you're not racing someone, just being next to someone makes the race like more entertaining. So I hope he catches up. Move back up to Jake. Jake is leading into Invicta at P1. Brian is P2. He is close. Let's move back to I don't know why I turned this off. I'm kind of stupid. There we go. Who's on? Oh, I forgot. Who's on hards? Oh, Wizzy and Xenofire on the hards. So they might not have pace now. I remember the hards having no pace when I was racing. Used softs were better than hards. Unironically. The only reason you had to get off the softs was because they just died, in my opinion. But yeah, they died at some point. So the hards are going to have a bad time, but they're going to go long. Brian on the outside is trying to cook. In the inside now? Is he going to go for it? No, he's not. He's going to back out. Brian is going for the position. Starnick and Liam Vela are fighting. Where's Ark at? Ark is behind both of them. In the inside, did he have the position? He might take the position. May have to back out of it. He backs out of it. Yeah, it's fair. Goes wide a little bit. But I think he takes it anyways. Up to P4. People who are having good races are having good races. Brian gets a penalty, sadly. If you're having a good race, you're having a good race. If you're having a bad race, you're having a bad race. No one's having a decent race. You're either cooking or you're not. People having a great time. I don't know what I'm talking about. I think people were dying though. Oh, sorry, I'm stupid. Yeah, I get it now. But people are dying in the back. I'm not gonna lie to you. Spencer, Xenophi, and TTV are dying. Formula Kyle was actually having an aneurysm of his Wi-Fi. That's a great looking blue though. I like that blue. Okay, he just teleported into a Wizzy twice. Oh, that's a unfair overtake just because a Wizzy can't defend. He's teleported. He's ghosted. I mean, it sucks. It's not his fault. Dang, his car is not handling well. Oh my gosh. Kyle is doing his best. That car is handling like a pig. Absolute horrid car. Wi-Fi, sorry. Absolute horrid Wi-Fi. Let's move back up the grid. Brian is still on Jake. Jake is not leaving this race. Brian is absolutely on fire. 3 seconds down is Starnick, and he is defending against Ark. I hate the way Starnick's livery looks. It's not his... that car looks horrible. Not Starnick's fault. It's just the car. Ark is on the butt of Starnick, but Liam Vela wants the position back. Brian gets fastest lap. Invicta is up to P6. A Wizzy P7. I thought I calmed down for a second. Okay, cool. So the fight for P1 is on. Sadly, Brian gets a penalty already. So currently, it's a penalty for Brian. But that can change. It's early on still. Ark is doing his best to get to P3. He wants the podium. He's on the inside. He's going to go on the inside, drew out the corner. He's going to have DRS. He's on the slipstream. Is it enough? Is it enough? There's no battery. It's a complete unassisted, besides DRS, on the inside. It's a tight corner. He's going to have the outside now, so he's going to lose the position out. Oh, he's going to lose it to Liam Vela, who's on the inside now. Maxpert is on the back end. I think Ark should have the better launch, though. He's on the outside. They go side by side. He's going to edge out slowly. Nope, he has to go wide through the corner. He goes really wide. Kyle retires. It's too much for him. That car was handling horribly. Ark is fighting the Invicta now. Ark loses 3 positions fighting. It's not even a lack of pace. He just got unlucky with the fighting. Too many cars behind him. He tried to fight Starnick. Sadly lost out. Brian and Jake are fighting. Jake's on the inside. He's in his maintained position. Or not! Brian sweeps across the outside. It might have pushed Jake. Defense of the life from Brian. Brian is defending. Brian's P1 with a penalty. So Jake's technically P1. But on track, it's Brian. Back for the lead. Brian takes it. Defense on the inside. Let's move back down to Starnick. Starnick is happy because the fighting from Ark has allowed him to make a minor gap. I hate that livery. It looks like a phone ad. It looks like the design on a box for a prepaid phone. Ark is keeping up with the grid. He's still behind. However, he's not far back. The Invicta is making grounds, though, from P12 to P5, and he's already up. He's on the back of P3. Absolute great race from the Maxpert. Is Arc gonna send it down the inside? He's not. There's no battery. There's only DRS. The slipstream is not that strong here in the F2 cars, especially since everyone's running a low downforce already. That the slipstream's like very little. It's literally pure downforce. You had to have a significant run on the final corner to make it overtake. Back to the front. Jake is back into P1. Brian's only a 10th down, so Brian's not letting this go. Starnick has a podium in 3rd. He's not leaving behind the train behind him. But so far it seems to be it's very easy to defend here. So as long as he defends well, he can keep the podium. However, that's a tall ask. I need to find who made this livery. I'm going to fight them. This is horrible. Like, I see the nice looking Invicta, and I see like this horrible livery. Is this Prima? There's no way this is Prima. Is it Prima? Dang, Prima sucks now. Dang! Starnick goes very wide. Liam Vela gets oversteer. This might be it for him. He has a bad run. There's contact. It might be just the game being dramatic. I don't think there's actually any damage. We can check Liam Vela if he has his ding on. No damage. Okay. Maxper on the inside. Gonna take the position from Liam Vela. He's gonna be on the outside now. This gives a bad run for the Invicta. Arc is now on the back of the Invicta. They're all slipstreaming. They're all losing time to Starnick. Starnick is leaving. Maxper is close enough to send it down the inside. Is he going to do it? Too wide in this corner is insane. Too wide again due to the S's. Invicta gets tapped. I don't think it's like anyone's fault. It's just really hard to drive these cars. They both had a bad run though. Arc on the attack. Now is going to get the Invicta on the back straight. Maybe. Maybe not actually. Maybe. Jake gets a penalty. Jake gets a penalty. Jake having a penalty now means Brian and Jake are on the same playing field. It's now about track position. Jake's ahead, so he's still P1. But Brian now knows that penalty means nothing now. Brian is happy. Brian's ecstatic. He can win it still. Starnick is happy because he now has a gap. A second gap to Liam Vela. Them going side by side allowed him to gap them. He's losing time. Starnick might not be the absolute fastest car in this line, but his track position is helping him out. He's not like significantly slower. He might just be like maybe a 10th slower, but because of the fighting and his defense, he's doing good. The yellow flags in the sector 1. It's a car off. It's a car backwards. It's Spencer. Spencer spun sideways. Don't know by who. No front wing. Oh my gosh, he has no front wing. Spencer in the really pink looking car has no front wing. Kyle's lagged out. Where's Kyle? Who's Kyle? Oh, you lagged out? Oh, it says you left. I'm stupid. Kyle, you, it says you retired and then DNF'd. So you're sadly out. I thought you left willingly. I thought you just couldn't race because of the lag, which honestly is respectable. That was horrible lag. But no, sadly you're P12 DNF'd. Let's move back up to order to P6. Brian gets another penalty! This means Jake now has relief as he now no longer has to worry about track position and now has to worry about being 3 seconds within. Jake and Brian are within a second. Brian is losing a little bit of time. He was within 2 tenths. Now he's down to 7 tenths. 5 seconds down to Starnick. 2 tenths down. Liam Vela has caught back up to Starnick. Maxper is a little bit off. Arc is a little bit off. They're still within DRS. The train's not as tight as before, which might be good. If the train is tight, there's too much DRS. If the train is a little bit less, you can overtake the car ahead of you and then keep up. A DRS train is bad in the terms of it's hard to overtake the car ahead of you if he also has DRS. If that makes sense? Currently, it's all up to Liam Vela. If Liam Vela passes Starnick and then leaves, Liam Vela no longer has DRS, then Maxbrook can get Starnick. And if Maxbrook gets Starnick, then Ark can get Starnick. But that all depends on if Starnick defends well. So Starnick is defending well in fear of getting passed. Kyle needs an invite. I can invite you, Kyle, but you're DNF'd already. I'll give you an invite, though. Oh, I'm stupid. I was like waiting way too long there. There you go. I'm sorry, Kyle. I don't really know what we could do. It does suck. Ark has damage into the pits he goes. He does jump up to P3 because of the pit lane. It's kind of funny. TTV has a penalty. I'm sorry, Kyle. It did look bad. I know it wasn't your fault. That was absolute horrible lag that you were fighting the whole time. The game... I'm surprised because it didn't say you left the session. The game said you retired and then left the session. So I assumed you voluntarily retired. Ark has damage and comes into the pit lane, dropping himself to P at 10. I just hate EA, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you, Kyle. EA sucks. Back to the order, we have Jake in P1, Brian in P2, Liam P3, Starnick in P4, and Maxbert P5. No one has pit besides Ark, and I think Spencer. I think Spencer pit. Spencer did pit because he damaged. So Spencer and Ark have already pit. So Ark could be going for an undercut. The issue is the softs are the better tire, like significantly. So if Ark didn't have the tires already worn down to warrant hards, it's not a good reason to pit, but he had to pit anyways. So Ark had to do a front wing change and fresh tires. So now Ark lost time by switching the front wing, and he's gonna lose time on the tires. But is it possible that he can undercut the drivers ahead? It is possible. He has to do 20 laps on the hards though, which is not... I don't think it's impossible at all. I just think it's not gonna be good. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So we have Jake in P1, Brian in P2. Brian is still within DRS. Liam Vela is 7 seconds down. So the penalty for Brian is not going to affect Brian unless safety car happens later. Starnick is down to P3. I would miss that. I'm assuming Liam Vela passed Starnick finally. Maxper is the next car. Starnick no longer has DRS. So Maxper now has to fight Starnick in a battle of overtaking, which should be fair. He is catching up. Owizzy, P6, up 3 positions. TTV up 1, Xenify up 2, Trip up 2. We have the 2 cars in the back, Spencer and Ark. Both cars are the only cars to have pit. I'm pretty sure that's facts. Yes, you're the only 2 cars in the entire race to have pit, meaning Ark is going to go for a really aggressive undercut because he's on the hards and he's on a new front wing change. It's going to be tight because Ark's tires have to survive 19 laps. They are the hard tires, and the hard tires should last the entire time, but their pace is absolutely horrible. So unless Ark could pull something magical, I think it's possible to at least get up to P6. But it might be a hard ass for P3, but it could happen. Anything can happen. Wizzy gets a penalty, 3 seconds. He's the 6th driver? 8th. 7th. I can count. He is the 7th driver with a penalty. Spencer gets another penalty. He's on the 8th driver of penalties. There's a lot of penalties. Ark also has a penalty, 3 seconds. Let's see the penalties so far. Currently, everyone has the standard 3 seconds, besides TTV with 9 seconds and Brian with 6 seconds. I believe TTV had to retire last race because he had too much penalties. Come on, TTV. You got this. I believe in you. TTV is fast. I think that's the annoying thing. I think he's fast, but he keeps like going over track limits just barely. Like it's like the most it's just barely, and then he gets penalties, which is annoying. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think I had the issue with Qatar. I hated Qatar. I collected those penalties like candy. Currently, he is defending against the raging Owizzy. Owizzy had a bad qualifying because he went out immediately because he has to. I think it's like a curse. He has to do it. But Owizzy has made. Oh, they spun. Synchronize. Oh, okay, that's cool. Okay, I got scared. Sorry, I got scared. I TTV just took out Owizzy's front wing. He ghosted. Cool. Okay, so they did a synchronized spin. Owizzy gets a penalty. I don't know what for. He got for track limits. He got track limits penalty. I don't know what he did to get track limits. I think he ate the final corner. That's annoying. They lost time. I think they lost like 5 seconds. I'm sorry, that was like funny. Maxpert gets Starnick, but Starnick is not letting go just yet. Starnick's pace, he has front wing damage, Maxpert. When did that happen? Very minor though, because he has the end plate. If the end plate's still on the car, it means it's like barely yellow, but like in an F2 car, when the downforce sucks, it's gonna be a big deal. He seems to be fine against Starnick for now. Starnick has had a great race so far. He had a great launch. He went up to P3 immediately. Had to defend against a train of 4 drivers for over 12 laps. He's just now losing out on the 2 positions. He's down to P5. But the race is only half over. There's still an entire race to go. Yay. So, Starnick has to go down to P5 for now. TTV gets a Wizzy. A Wizzy gets spun to the back. I have the question of, I wonder who is the terrorist here and who is just making mistakes. I'm really hoping a Wizzy just made 2 mistakes now, and there's no bad blood between him and TTV, and he admits that. But if he's going to get upset because he keeps getting attacked by TTV, that's going to be annoying. Another ticket. Wizzy's having a good race, though. All things considered, Wizzy's having a good race. He's currently 2 up. Xenophi, who qualified P11 up to P8. Spencer gets another penalty. Trip is in the pits. TTV gets another penalty, making it 12. So Wizzy can at least know that he's P6 because of penalties. But right now, it's still going to be a lot. Maxbert repasses Starnick. So Starnick and Maxbert are fighting. Oh, no, my Starnick is going to the pits. Starnick did a good stint. He's now realizing that if he wants to guarantee an overtake, he has to undercut. Maxbert is overcutting. That was a weird pit stop. He kind of like sat there for a little bit. Not too long, just a little bit. I think the question now is Ark going to pass him. Because Ark was the car Teat Starnick was fighting. Starnick's coming out the pit lane now. He's going to be passed by the Rodin. So Ark did not catch up to Starnick. But he's behind Starnick by 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Not great. Not terrible. This does mean that he's not within Liam Vela or Maxbert unless their soft stint is horrible. And they fall off significantly. But at the current moment... Currently, Ark is 8 seconds off Maxbert. Post pit. Because Starnick was with Maxbert. Liam Vela, however, is the one that's far. So Liam Vela right now is in a good podium position. Ark is trying his best to fight Starnick and a Wizzy. Xenophi has not pit, so he's not a factor at the current moment. And a Wizzy and Wizzy and TTV are currently not pitting and fighting significantly. So Ark is technically back to P5, P6, but the fight for P5 and P4 is still on the table. Going on to Spencer. Spencer had that issue. He had a good beginning stint. I think he was up to P9, I'm pretty sure. Then he lost his front wing. That's a kind of bad. It's kind of not good. Who's behind him? Who's that? Are they lapping someone? Who's a lap down? Who's this car behind Spencer? Oh, shoot. Is that Brian? I think Brian. Okay, yes, Brian. So Brian's going to lap them soon. I don't think he laps someone. I'm kind of slow. So Spencer's doing his best to have a good recovery drive because he literally lost his front wing. That's a pretty bad incident to happen. Spencer is currently on the back of Trip. So he's going to fight. He's ghosted for some reason, though. Spencer is ghosted unless... I am so slow. That's a lapped car. I can't think at all. I thought this guy was fighting him. Never mind, I'm slow. So Jake and Brian are fighting, and for some reason Spencer's fighting with them. I hope he doesn't get a penalty for track limits, Trip retires? What? Why? What was that? Trip retires on track. Causing a full course yellow? It's a VSC, not a safety car. I had to look intensely because there's two Invictas. Oh, Spencer gets spun again? But Spencer's fighting and Jake gets the penalty. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not, I don't know what occurred. Okay, Spencer's fighting the leader of the race in P10. Then a full course, not a virtual safety car comes out, and somehow Jake spins Spencer, because technically you can't lap under the virtual safety car, so technically Spencer was allowed to be ahead. But Jake somehow spins Spencer. The spin under the virtual safety car, because this game's stupid, and anytime you hit someone at low speed, the game assumes you murdered that guy. And it gives Jake a 10-second penalty. Tripp was going to retire, sadly. Don't retire. It's a full race. You can make it. Tripp was going to retire. And he hits the wall. I saw the wall get hit. I saw damage. And for some reason, it puts him back on track. Bye, Tripp. You were fun. I'm sad you retired. But yeah, it's not Tripp. So I thought he retired on track. No, I remember now. He went into the pit lane. He retires off track for some reason. Spencer left the session DNFing. This is a full course yellow. This is a safety car. So this is a safety car. This helps out everybody, kind of. This bunches the grid back together. Facts. And this is good for people who are really far off. Facts. It's bad for the people who pit, though. Like Arc, because they're back to P7, but technically Arc had to pit anyway. So honestly, Arc should be happy. Yeah, honestly, Arc's happy. This actually helps him out. Because either way, he was going to be P7. The only car that benefited is Xenophi, who's coming into the pits now. So let's see where he comes out. Actually, maybe not. I think I just lied to Xenophi. I'm sorry, Xenophi. I lied to you. I lied to you, Xenophi. Arc should be in the pits, right? There's no way he's in the pits. Yeah, Arc's in the pits, getting fresh softs. So who's staying out and who's in the pits? Jake served his penalty. And he's still P1, so I'm happy. Because I would have been upset if Jake had to serve a penalty. I don't think it was really his fault. Maybe it was his fault. I think the overall circumstance was that Spencer should have not been there to begin with. But I think Jake might have been at fault for the spin. But I don't know. I barely saw it. Liam Vella's P2. What? No, yeah. Spencer did unghost, but the thing is he unghosted because it was a safety car. So technically he was supposed to be unghosted. Like he ghosts when he's being lapped, but when a virtual safety car comes out, he unghosts because technically he's allowed to keep track position there. Again, I didn't see the whole thing, so maybe I'm wrong. Like, I don't know whose fault it is, but technically he was allowed to unghost. The game considered that. Liam Vez P2. I don't know, got ahead of Brian. Brian's probably upset. He's probably the biggest, like, victim. Because Brian was fairly P2. I didn't see the time delta in between P1 and P2 before it came out. So maybe he is happy a little bit. But his gap that he worked so hard to achieve. Brian was P3 up to P2, was fighting P1, gets a penalty. It's okay. He keeps fighting. He's down to P3 now, and he has a penalty that puts him almost last. So hopefully Brian can recover. Full course safety car. I don't know why the safety car came out. I don't know what happened here. I think Spencer hit the wall. I think that's what happened, actually. I don't know. It's a fun race, though. This is way more fun than Tier 1. I'm not going to lie to you. This is enjoyable. Maybe not for Kyle, Chip, and Spencer. But thank you for showing up. I appreciate you. So Liam Vella's P2, Brian's P3. Brian has a penalty. He has the worst penalty so far. Starnik is P4. Starnik is happy because Starnik was dropping to P6 maybe. So he's back to P4. So Starnik is happy to be here. Technically Starnik was P3 at one point, but P4 is a good outcome. Maxbert P5. Maxbert's having the race of his life. Excluding the penalties, he's on P5 on merit. Wizzy P6. Good race from Wizzy. I can't talk. The Rodin of Xenophi is P7. Arc is P8. Does he have wing damage? No way he's wing damage. How does he have wing damage? It's a safety car. Why is he so far back with wing damage? He has to pit now. He should just pit. I actually don't know. It might be in this lap. I think either way you should pit though. I have no clue. If Arc doesn't catch up to the grid, I think it's another lap. I think Arc might like tactically not catch up. Cause I think if he doesn't catch up, or if TTV doesn't catch up, the game would do a second lap around the grid and he can then pit. But he did catch up. We're gonna know now. It tells us now if it's gonna be in this lap. It should be a penalty for TTV. Green flags? What the heck? Okay, we're in this lap. So safety car is in this lap. Arc has front wing damage. He has fresh tires, but he has front wing damage. TTV doesn't have front wing damage, but he has the penalties. Xenophi somehow is a P7, no front wing damage, fresh tires, cold tires, fresh tires. We're going to move back up the order where Jake... Arc did not fix the damage in the pits. That sucks. Jake is leading the safety car. In the back, Liam Vella gets rammed by Brian. Brian has front wing damage now. And we're racing. Brian is upset. He has wing damage down the P3. Right, P3. Major front wing damage. No end plate. Fighting Starnik. Starnik has no ring damage, but he's defending against the Ovicta, who gets passed by a Wizzy, who passes Starnik. Off they all go. Into the side, everyone goes. Front wing damage, absolute chaos. Arc is up to P6. I don't think he knows how. Max sprint down to P9. Please, you're making me give tickets. Oh my gosh. So many tickets. Okay. Jake P1, Liam Vella P2, Brian P3. Brian has damage, but he's still P3 because the no one was able to pass. The Rodin of Xenophi up to P4. A Wizzy down to P5. I think he was higher earlier. Arc up to P6. He was up 2 positions. Starnik from P4 down to P7 with side pod damage. Oh my gosh. Brian gets another penalty, meaning he's practically off the win now. He's going to be fighting for the podium in the final 7 laps. Maxbert also has major front wing damage. Not major, but apparently it's green and orange. I don't know what that means. Maxbert, who's had a great race so far, now has damage that might inhibit his race from now on. Starnik has body damage, which is even, I think, worse in my opinion. Body damage ruins your straight line speed. I don't know why. That's such a dumb thing. So now you're slower on the straights, which I don't even know how that makes sense. So Starnik's slow on the straights. Maxbert's slow in the corners. TTV's here. 18 seconds of penalties. But he's here. Arc, who has wing damage, is up to P6. However, he's losing time to a Wizzy. A Wizzy does not have damage. A Wizzy's just leaving. Arc goes wide, losing a position to TTV. TTV has penalties though. So as long as Arc stays with him. I have a headache now, I'm sorry. Jeez. The only 2 drivers on the grid, Xenophi and Maxbert, do not have penalties. So Maxbert can at least know that as long as he maintains position. Because right now, I think he's P5 still. So Maxbert is P5 from P9. Absolute chaos from the safety car restart. It wasn't even the first corner. It wasn't the second corner. It was the third corner. For some reason, everyone bunched up in the third corner, and everyone hit everybody. Who is on fresh tires? So, Jake is on fresh hards. Liam Vela is on fresh hards. Brian is on fresh hards. Xenofy and Awizzy and TTV are on fresh softs, which theoretically should be the fastest tire. So Xenofy technically should be the fastest car on the track. He is P4. Ark is trying his best to stay with them. He's fighting on hard tires. He's losing time to the soft runners. Actually, no, he's not. I don't know. I kind of lied. What the heck? Let's move back up to Brian. Brian with 9 seconds of penalties. He's not gapping enough that he needs to. Brian has 9 seconds of penalties. He's P3. He needs to get up to a 9-second gap to maintain P3. But Rodin of Xenofy is P4, and he is not letting him leave. The soft tires are faster, and Xenofy does not have to be fast enough to overtake. He just has to be fast enough to stay with him. And right now, that is hurting Brian. But it looks like he's going to overtake on track anyways. Why does the Rodin... Why did the cars sound like they're like making the vroom noise? You hear it, right? Around the outside, no contact, thankfully. But Rodin, the Xenofy, the Rodin, up to P3 from P11. From the back row all the way up to the podium. Xenofy is P3, 5 laps, old softs. And currently, this is even crazier, he has no penalty. He's technically P2. So he's close. He's doing it. He's believing. Maxpert, who's down in P9, is still P6. I think he might be P5. Because of penalties. Ark is right behind TT. No, I lied to you. Ark is 2 seconds down on TTV. However, he's still P6 because of penalties. I think he might be P5. Brian is fighting Awizzy. He's losing positions. He has front wing damage. Remember that. Brian has front wing damage. Awizzy does not. And the Rodin of Xenofy passes on track for P2. But Liam Vela is fighting. He sweeps the inside. He was not alongside enough to take it, Liam Vela. Penalties for everybody. And spun goes Liam Vela. Side by side through the S's, and Liam Vela gets spun. Which puts Brian back on the podium, kind of. TTV somehow gets up. Penalty for Ark, starting P3. Everyone is upset. Absolute chaos. The only drivers who were happy is Jake. No, it's not. It's actually Xenofy, because Jake gets a penalty. Xenofy is within the penalty. And he's the fastest man on track. Why did people put hards on? Do you not get 2 softs per race? Yeah, you get 2 softs. How did they get 2 hards? Oh, I'm slow. Oh no, I'm slow. I can't think. I forgot. Jake was forced to pit for the hards because he didn't double pit. I think Xenofy did double pit. Actually, I think Xenofy was on hards the whole time. So currently, the strategy was to run hards until the safety car and then pit for softs. And Xenofy benefited from that. He was on hards for the first 20 laps, Now he's on the softs. Now he's the fastest man on track. He's within the penalty of P1. Wizzy P3 has a 9-second penalty, and he is not gapping. He's on the softs too. That's the weird part. But he has no end plate. He has 0 end plates. Wizzy is defending as hard as he can, but he's not enough. Jake is gapping the Xenophi. Everyone is behind Wizzy. Wizzy is making a train of the century. Brian passes finally. Brian does not pass. Arc? What the heck? Whoa, shoot. Arc passed. Where did that come from? Arc passed Brian. I do not know where Arc came from. I thought Arc was P7. Saved the yellow flags. Arc, though, has a penalty as well. But so does everyone else. Max, we're up to P7. Brian down to P8. Just in 2 corners. From P4 to P8. He has a penalty and he has no front wing. Every single driver is going to make a ticket. Oh my gosh. Starnick has a ticket. Brian has a ticket. Max has a ticket. Liam Vela might have a ticket. TTV, I don't know if he has a ticket. Arc, I don't know if he has a ticket. He has front wing damage, but I don't know if it's his fault. He might have a ticket. Jake might have a ticket. I think Xenophi is just chilling. I don't think he's a ticket. Xenophi has to maintain a second. He can't lose a second. There's 3 laps to go. Any lockup, any wide corner, and he loses the win. Arc is up to P4. Technically, he's P3, but the penalties are going to bring him down. I have no clue where anyone's finishing this race. The only person I know is that Xenophi is going to either finish P2 or P1. That's it. Maxper is jumping up the order. He might be P3. Arc is on the back of Wizzy. And down the inside he goes. Arc is on the podium, on track position. Wizzy's trying his best to maintain. Wizzy does not have front wing. How is Wizzy doing this? Wizzy's a monster. He has no end caps, and he's maintaining a good pace. Good defense from Wizzy. Wizzy's doing an absolute great show. Maxpert gets his first penalty. That is horrible for Maxpert. It's not that bad. He's still going to make up a ton. Oh my gosh, Wizzy's wide. Wizzy cuts the corner. He gets no penalty, surprisingly. It's not on purpose. He literally could not turn the car. Arc is ecstatic because Wizzy is slow. Sorry, Wizzy should be slow. Wizzy is not slow. I don't know what Wizzy's doing. Wizzy is like an absolute madman. No end caps. I mean, it has to be the softs. Is he on softs? He's on softs. Okay, yeah, it has to be softs. Either it's the softs or Wizzy would have won the race by 20 seconds if he had a full wing. Jake is so close to the win. Jake has to get 2 more tenths. A tenth and a half to gap. The hards might finally be better. Just enough where Jake can make the difference. Can Jake make the difference? 1 tenth remains. Can Xenophi lock in? Can Jake make 2 more tenths? 1 more tenth. He does. The gap makes 6 seconds. Jake is back on the win. Jake can make 0 mistakes. He locks up. He goes wide. He makes a minor mistake, and Jake is back down to P2. Arc is P3. Liam Vela is P4, 2 seconds down. Wizzy. I had to close it. I'm sorry. How'd I open it? There you go. Maxpert up to P5. He was P5 earlier. He's back. He was down to P9, back to P5. Wizzy, who was P3, up to P2, down to P7 now. He has no front wing. Brian, who was P2, started P3, up to P2, up to P1, down to P4, down to P7 now. He has a no front wing. It's worse than I think Wizzy. I think Wizzy. Oh, I can't tell. He doesn't have his damage on. Chaos. Jake has made the difference. He's 3/10 up on Xenophi. Technically, Xenophi is 4/10 off Jake, if you want to consider it like that. However, he does not get DRS because of penalties. If the Rodent had DRS, it might have made the difference. But Jake is currently doing a great job. 6/10 now. We're going to go on the final lap very soon. Ark's at 6-second penalties. So is Liam Vela. So Liam Vela is not going to pass Ark. Maxpert is at 3. Maxpert is not within 3 seconds of Ark. Wizzy has 9. So does Brian. TTV is not a question. And Starnick has 3 seconds, which is going to get him position. So Starnick is going to move up a good amount. He might move up all the way to P6. But Ark might be on the podium. We're on the final lap now. Jake. Liam Vela was disqualified. So was a Wizzy. They didn't pit? Wait, what? Oh my gosh, I forgot about that rule. Liam Vela, Maxpert, and a Wizzy were all disqualified for not switching out the tires. However, they did pit for new tires. And I'm pretty sure it's because F2 has a rule regarding when you're allowed to pit under safety car and virtual safety car. So I think we might have to fix that. I think that's our fault. I mean, not our fault. I think that we didn't consider that. So yeah, I guess it is our fault. That is going to be mad annoying to fix. Didn't think about that. So anyways, Jake is going to come across the line in P1. Jake qualified provisional pole at one point, started P2, overtook on the first corner, and he's now the winner. Jake wins the F2 Grand Prix for Silverstone. Xenophi comes second. Ark is going to finish third. Is Brian going to come fourth? TTV comes fifth, and the race finishes. Okay, so if you're still here and you're confused what just happened, I'm pretty sure there's a rule in F2 that if you pit under safety car or if you pit under virtual safety car, it's one of them, that does not count as a pitting. So people pit under the safety car, and the game said that doesn't count. So that has to be fixed because that is actually not fair. Because I don't think anyone knows that. So that's probably going to be fixed. We're probably going to do the lap before, and we're probably going to use timing for that one. So that's going to be fixed because that's unfair. IDOS is going to get P1 too. So if you got disqualified, it's going to be fixed. You're not disqualified. We're probably going to use the second to last lap to figure out who finishes where. So no one's actually disqualified this race, okay? But Jake is the race winner, fairly. Driver of the day is Xenophi, easily. And most overtakes is Ark. I think that's also fair. I don't think if Ark was going to lose positions out. So this is a good thing. Most overtakes, most driver of the day, and fastest lap. Good race from everybody. I think this is Ark's first podium, and it's the first time he finishes ahead of his teammate. This is the current order. Wizzy, Maxpert, and Liam Vela are all going to be undisqualified. Okay? Thank you for watching. That was a good race. See you later.